Next up, we are going to hear from Andi Stryz from Finn. Most of you may know Finn's story. It's incredible the way that they are the absolute legends of no-code and what it means to run their entire business, not only focused on using these types of tools, but really building it into the entire mindset of their culture. And so without further ado, I'd like to welcome Andi to the stage.
Really a lot of people here. A bit of nervosity, but fun fact, Jacob was a Finn employee in 2021. When preparing for this presentation, I saw some scenarios of him deactivated. But really proud to see that people, ex-Finn colleagues, are now building with the same mindset exactly, using no-code to really accelerate the businesses. I'm really happy. And can you enable grid in our instance now? Just do it. Yeah, we are building a $1 billion business. I don't care if you have a one-day downtime. It's fine. Just do it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Andi. I'm 40. I'm at Finn since 2019. I co-founded Finn and have the pleasure to lead we call it the tech department. So it's engineering, product managers, and data people. I'm with Finn since day number one. And I'm an engineer by heart, if you want to. And I would say my biggest weakness, all the Finn people that I see over there, they know that it's sugar-free soft drinks. I love them. I can drink them all day long. And I was really inspired, Fabi, by your presentation. Fun fact, we haven't aligned on the presentation. I think I sent this from the S-Bahn today at 9:30. Hey, that's my slides. And one thing, and I was really pumped up by your presentation, because the one thing is this vision that you shared with us. No joke, this is Finn's core purpose, our vision. And you drive change for people, organizations, and the planet through frictionless mobility. You can replace mobility with every industry that you're working at. This will apply. And it's I'm really happy to see that this is the secret sauce to have this vision to really build this, let's say, hypergrowth mindset. Quick question. Please raise your hand if you ever heard about Finn. Nice. Who is a Finn customer? Who is a Finn employee? Who would love to have a voucher? Okay, got it. So Finn is nothing else than Germany's biggest car subscription provider. Yeah? We are based in Munich, that's home turf, so I feel so really proud to be here. It's really fun to be here. And we have 25,000 cars on the streets. And in short, by today, 150 million ARR, annual recurring revenue, 300 employees in Germany. Actually, they're everywhere. And we are Make customers since day one. And I think it was in 2019 in December, we met Patrick and the back in the days Integromat team in Prague, and we clearly saw these people understand what I plan to build. And I need them instantly, because we need them for exactly that. I used to work with mantras, and I'm still working with mantras. And one of my mantras is, as an engineer, is we buy commodities and build assets. You need a tool so you can focus on your core business. And with Make, we have one essential pillar on the right with a no-code. So building process automations. And with Grid, this is a completely new level. This is like I'm really pumped up. Just activate that. It's really, really essential. It's a commodity for process automation on a completely new level. We have also some tools for internal tools, but in total, we use like 100 software as a service tools, and Make is the top number one. Let me give you some stats. We are operating roughly 400 million Make operations per month, and on a single day, 20 million. On a single day, this is 200 plus operations per second. So I think why I'm talking about that, because in this phase when Fin was, let's say, in 0.1 and on the way to Fin 1.0, it was fun to see no code is not scalable. And you are logging into your instance, so we have our own Fin Make instance. Don't worry, we are not on the cloud, so if we break things, which we hopefully do every day, then you wouldn't be affected if you're operating on the Make cloud. But when we saw this, no code is not scalable. I was like logging into the instance, 1 million executions. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's move on. Yeah, it was so fun to see that. 3,400 scenarios in the company. We need grit. Patrick, where's Patrick? Just put it live. Just put it live. It's not fun because we have our business automation managers. I think Jakob mentioned this. I think he found a better name for that, business something automation. We have our business automation managers, dedicated people, 9 of them in the company, operating on the stack and equipping the whole company to really do that. And the way how we started, it was just me, and fun story back in the days. Also our CEO, Maxi, he built these basic scenarios. Of course, we had the luxury to start greenfield, so we could really do it ourselves and see the impact, the positive impact. But the first scenarios, they're really dumb. This is a product feed export to export data to Facebook, so you can run your ads on Instagram or Facebook to acquire new customers. And the scenarios that didn't scale, it was a full-blown disaster, but hey, we just moved on. Because we were about to build $1 billion business, why should we care about the simple scenarios falling apart? I think the next step, this is essential. It's what we saw is our employees. So by the way, why is this such a big success at Fin? Because there's a second mantra. We call it, or I call it, we provision all and did provision fast. On your first day at Fin, you get access to Make and all the other tools, just out of the box. Do your freaking job. I'm a strong believer, I'm a very positive person. Equip people with the right tools, give them access to everything. They will break things, which is good, because if you're not breaking things, you are too slow or you're not doing your job. In both cases, I am, as a founder, I have a problem with that. So you should really, really, really have access to work on that. So in the first version, we had this simple process. Process step number 1, I don't know, there's an email. You take this email, you process this email, and then you do something with this email. And all of a sudden, we started to think about entities, domains. Oh, we have a car. We have a subscription. We have a appraisal. So Fin service is nothing else than you go to fin.com, you select the car, you select the terms, you book this car is delivered to your doorstep, so delivery is another entity, and then we take care of the rest. Yeah? And then after a year or a year and a half, you give back. You give this car back, and then we do a full appraisal. So you see already, we started to really think about what are the domains, what are the entities. And this is one learning that I would love to share. If I would have started today again, I would start with entities. That's why this grid is so powerful. All this documentation stuff and things like breaking down complexity, prioritize monitoring and debugging. this would come naturally. And now with Grid, that's why in all the initiatives that you have planned, we can get rid of our internal tools that we built. And it's really, really fun to see how this comes together. And the business objects, this is the real magic. Because then you have a foundation, a baseline where you start, and you can build completely new businesses with that. Oh, nice. It's really nice. And then, yeah, we moved on. This is one of the, I think, medium complex scenarios, I would say. And these scenarios helped us and truly enabled us to use AI. I think by now we tried out GPT, recently Mistral, Claude was also nice, together with Amazon Bedrock, and we can do it within hours. Because I don't want to spend engineering resources on that, or I'm not interested in people telling me that they have stepstones, they need access, or they need budget. Just do it. Move on, learn, apply this learning, and then move on. And enabling that is truly only possible with platforms such as Make. And then you can integrate your AI tools, which we do, for instance, in customer care. Right? It's really a no-brainer. I think everyone would do it to classify your tickets. I just remember this moment where, so the process was the following. Let's use AI to answer our customer care tickets. Okay, the team came up with a solution. Then, yeah, but there's still a human in the loop. They have to press the button that this reply is good. No, just enable that. Or 20% of the customers and all is good. And what we learned, our AI was showing too much empathy. I mean, we put in the context, please, in the context window, like, hey, please act like the empathic customer care agent. The AI was, yeah, of course, this is not a problem. This is the ideal car for you. Just drop by our demo, and then you can have a trial drive. What? No, you can't. So the AI was too empathic. And this kind of learnings, they are driving your business model, not the decision, is it Claude, is it GPT, or Mistral? Not important at all. Yeah, so I think enabling that and using AI for that is a massive opportunity. We use AI also for, we call it or ultimately we have a lot of partners. Imagine a partner that is delivering cars for us. And this communication with the delivery drivers, this is something that we do completely with AI. You don't need humans for that. Right? It's a boring job. Remove these boring jobs from your humans. Let them do really nice jobs. And this is exactly where you have to use integration, AI, and with Make, this is possible. I briefly mentioned this example, just a few numbers. So I think some of the business automation managers that implemented this use case, they are here, so you can ask them about the concrete implementation. But ultimately, it was all about removing the load from our customer care team. And of course, also just auto-response rate, which is 6.2%. I hope this one is now higher. So we saved like 2 FTEs. But this is, again, I don't like this comparison with, yeah, we can save some roles. No, it's all about to remove the complexity. What I'm doing right now is thinking a lot about what is the next step. So we talked about, we have this process, then we baked it into a domain. We worked with the entities, and we are working with entities. But what is next? What is really next, other than Grid? Yeah? And the one thing is the semantic layer. So it's a bit weird. I hope I'm not, it's very technical terms. And nothing else than what is really driving our business. And I am, as a tech guy, I'm responsible ultimately to understand what is driving our business. It's always price, right? We want a car subscription for a Ferrari, $1 per month. It's always price. But what is really driving from a semantic perspective? Is it a great customer experience? Are customers willing to pay for convenience? So you see a lot of experiments. That's why I like this feature with the experiments, with the A/B tests. Amazing. Today, we run 7 to 8 experiments every single day within Fin. So we learn every day, and 80%, 90% of these tests are failing, but we learn something new. So we keep on asking ourselves, so what? And this is what I want. I think this is exactly what I want you to take from here is always ask, okay, now I have this automation, or I have an existing process here, maybe done manually since 3, 4, 5 years. So what? What's next? And this is exactly what brings you to think about complexity. And last but not least, I think this is a picture of grit. Thank you for providing this picture. This will change the way how we think about complexity. I know we have some customers here driving and operating a high operation complex business such as us. This is really a game changer. Okay, this is now completely weird, but let me give you an idea how I think about that. There's one industry that is really in the same situation as most of us, and they're really changing the whole game. And this is the video game industry. Who is a gamer? Please raise your hand if you're a gamer. Same here. Ultimately, what we see in gaming now is we have a lot of indie games. And this is exactly what most of our automation people are doing. You are starting as a solo show, and then it's a small team using, for instance, AI to generate the levels in games. But they are capable to generate the same revenues with a smaller team. My favorite game is Dave the Diver. I love that one. It's really a nice game from a South Korean team. 30 of them. They earn a shitload of money. Really. By using AI and using the best tools in class. It's a pixel game. The graphic is horrible. The story is amazing. And this is exactly how I think will happen in the sphere of no code plus AI. I was recently talking with our CEO, with Maxi. He's my second brain, so to say. And so Maxi, what's next? What's next? What's going on here? And the one term that he came up with is agentic ops. So we have now the foundation. We have a no-code stack that is capable to reduce complexity. So we have a tool to zoom out to understand more of a complexity. We are decreasing the human touch with AI, and we're increasing with AI the autonomy. Instead of thinking about processes, entities, we are now thinking of roles. How can I replace completely, like a customer care agent or an appraisal manager or a video game designer? And these roles will then end up in agents. I don't know yet if it's an AI agent or an agent within Make, but for sure we need a tool that can connect to everything. And with Make, we have the ideal partner to do exactly that. Because we are now working on the agentic ops. So it's not only the customer facing this scenario, it's more. And ultimately, maybe the CEO ops. So we don't need a CEO or CTO anymore. That's my ultimate goal, to replace myself and then all this gypsy. Nice timing, because I planned some time for your questions. So, a lot of new stuff, a lot of old stuff. Do you have any questions?
You said that if you could do it all over, you would focus on entities first. Can you just expand on that a little bit?
Could you repeat the question again?
You said entities would be your focus if you redid it again. Can you expand on that a little bit?
Yeah, so we ultimately what we do right now is we fake that. We use custom apps. It's nothing else than to make a custom app and then call it subscription to a car. But it's not really, so it's not a data object or similar. But behind the scenes, there's a full-blown API that then, so you just, hey, give me a subscription with this ID, and then the system would know, which is ultimately nothing else than an API call. No magic. We just faked it. Say again? Yeah. So for instance, we have a car, we have a customer as an object. Customer and car come together, you have a subscription. If I now start to automate something, and let's assume I would like to add an appraisal to a subscription, I just ask the system, hey, give me this subscription ID 123 because I see this subscription ID on my invoice, and then I able, as a regular employee at Finn, collect this data of the respected subscription. Imagine I'm an intern, started in operations, and my job gave me the job, hey, give me, for this subscription, something went wrong, I want to understand what, tell me what. Instead of thinking, oh, I have to connect to database ABC, but I don't have access. Is it Airtable? Is it Postgres? I don't know. I have to talk with 15 engineers. Which table should I ask? Should I use BigQuery? Should I use Postgres? How? You have to think a lot. And reducing this complexity, putting this into a domain entity, you can call how you want, this is the complexity that you remove, but it's an excellent question, yes. Thank you for the support.
Excellent presentation. I have a consulting business, and we're trying to use Make within the organization to process data. How would you go about it, and what would be kind of like your recommendation to transform the company to be more low-code and embedded into the company?
Nice try. If I can solve this problem, I will be a billionaire. We should talk about a consultancy fee. Nice try. Yeah, so the question is, how can you establish this culture? We did it at Finn because we started Greenfield. I took this as my responsibility to increase and focus on the efficiency. Our mantra is engineers of efficiency. With the mantra, do it, automate it. You have to inject this one simple sentence into the head of your employees. And most of them will not follow. What we see, 17.5% of our employees are makers, builders. The rest, they're just using the tools. Find the early adopters within the company. Ignore the rest. You can't convince everyone. Come on. No. You just do it. You give them a platform. So this framework that Fabi shared with us, you need to will. And then I forgot. Ultimately, I abstracted that everything to just do it. No, seriously. Don't tell me what's not possible. I know that. Just do it. But I think identifying the makers, the 70.5 within the organization, and focus on them, give them a platform to shine. We use a format called Show and Tell. It's a Slack channel. 5 minutes video, screencast, what you built, what you implemented. That's it. No text, no presentations. Just do it. I hope this is an answer to that. And sometimes you need C-level support. If you don't have it, just move on. Come on. Don't wait for them. Just, if your C-level is not capable to understand the benefit of a certain tool, it's not your job to convince them. Just move on. They will see. Success will follow. And you are asking me how to establish it? Just do it. Sometimes, what is this founder mode, right? Yeah. Don't try to convince everyone. In the early days, I tried also to convince some of the engineers. No. They're using Make behind the scenes. I know that. It's okay. More questions. I really like the question. So we have one on top and one here.
Hi, Andreas. I wonder which areas of your business still have the biggest potential for automation?
For automation. I would love, it's not answering your question, but I would love to have a similar tool on a data stack. I'm missing that one. All the tools are optimized for building reports. That's not enough. Reports is not enough. So on the operational level, I mean 20 million operations on a single day. Yeah, no. We use it in HR, we use it in everywhere. Yeah. So I would love to have a similar tool on data. Let me know. Willing to give you like 10K. But no shares, just ESOPs. So all good. Say again? Okay. We had one question on top. I think 3, third line. But maybe to where do I see the biggest potential? This agentic ops, I think it makes a ton of sense to start at the end of your business funnel and when you start your business funnel. So the first touch point with the customer. So for us, it's the delivery. When we hand over the car, it's a human process. There's not enough to automate. You can't do it with AI or with video. But at the end, this remarketing part, like selling cars, putting cars on a second market, there we see a lot of automations to integrate with different partners. Yes, exactly.
Hello.
Hey.
I just wanted to ask, because I was talking to a colleague a couple of minutes ago, and yeah, we were talking about very big make scenarios, and then he said it's probably better to split it up. So instead of one big one, you have 2 or 3 small ones, and I wanted to ask your opinion on it, because yeah, you have like more than 3,000 scenarios, and I wanted to ask, in your experience, is it better to have like a big one or several smaller ones?
Several small ones.
Okay.
Engineering best practice since 1980, divide and conquer.
Okay, thank you.
No, seriously, divide and conquer. I think it's first semester computer science or second? First, right? Yeah. Last question. Yes?
Hi.
Hi.
It's actually a follow-up question about what you said regarding, I want a similar to data. What would the, okay, so that means you want it for data. What would that tool do for you? And what's the difference between the tool, having the tool for data and what you have now?
Mm-hmm. I think the one thing that we keep on underestimating, especially we here as tech people, easy, simple visualization. Make has so much success because of their UI, and we all hate this UI, right? But this is essential. It's easy to start. That's key. You have to take the fear away from people using this tool. And if it's nice and beautiful, it's like an Apple iPhone. It's complex. But it's easy to start. Make it pretty. Sorry, but make it pretty. Complexity will follow. Cool. Thank you for the amazing questions. I'm a bit over time. I will be here for the full day. Just drop me a message. We have some Finn employees here. They can tell you the reality because these are just some slides. They will tell you if it's really this way. Yeah? Thank you very much.